Hey everybody, welcome to the Cressivo channel. I'm Michelle, your host, as always. Welcome new subscribers, welcome back to the people that have been on this channel for a while. We talk all about using options, selling puts, selling covered calls, to do what? To create yourself weekly income. Cash flow is the most important thing. Nobody cares, I don't care about paper gains, paper losses, because I can't spend any of that. I care about real gains and real losses because that's what hits my wallet, my pocketbook, right? And so I have something really exciting to share with you. I've been talking about it since yesterday, I think. The upcoming Cressivo Cup. So that's the name of it, Cressivo Cup. I think that there's like cups in golf, but this is a cup for trading. And what it is, it's a trading competition. And I'm so excited about it for a couple reasons. Number one, paper trading has always been kind of like, cumbersome. It really doesn't work that well on any paper trading applications with broker dealers. You know, the fills are problematic. You can't see like all of your numbers, like all your metrics, and you can't like manage what you can't. You can't measure what you can't manage. You can't manage what you don't see. So you have to like have your glasses on, so to speak, right, to be able to manage trades effectively. So in the same format as I do everything else with trading and in my life, when I am trying to like use something and I can't find what I'm looking for, I create it. This is 2026, the age of AI. There's no better time to be on the planet than now. I'm telling you, if you haven't embraced AI yet, you are missing the boat. Because AI has allowed me to build what I want to use. And so I was like, okay, like all these broker dealers, they have all these, in my view, deficient products. And I know what I'm looking for, and I can articulate it. If you can see it and you can think it, you can articulate it, you can create it. That's kind of the cool part about AI. So, I'm not really like a programmer or anything, but I use AI to help me code and program what I want to use for myself, and then solve this like hole that is apparent, like super apparent in the marketplace. So without further ado, just to explain to you how it's going to work is all these other paper trading applications, they kind of suck, and I never really use them myself. They don't work that well, and I never really suggested them to people. I would always suggest to new traders, like, okay, when you're starting out, get your feet wet, choose a stock that's like a low cost ticker, sell a put way out of the money, get your feet wet so it doesn't really hurt you if something goes south, right? Like while you're learning. But now there's an even better way. You can use an actual like legit paper trading app. So that's part of the Cressivo Pro tool suite. It's going to be launched today. So right now I'm just doing some testing behind the scenes, making sure all the buttons work and things like that. And then everybody who's already subscribers, it's launching today, which is great. Now, most of the subscribers right now are people that have already been trading, right? So like, for example, I just had a mentee session with someone I've been working with for a really long time. And I told her about the paper trading contest that's coming up in the paper trading account. And, if you've been around a block for a long time, it might not be as valuable. But for new people, like if you haven't started trading yet, or you are trading and you're not really getting the results that you're looking for, or you want to do some practicing, that kind of thing, it is off the hook. It's absolutely amazing. So first of all, the paper trading, and secondly, I figured like what better way to celebrate the success of a new like product, a new availability, than to have a competition around it. Because what better way for people to learn how to trade than to enter a competition in which they can be taught by me. I've been trading for 29 years. I'm in this program. I mean, I'm not participating, but I'm hosting it and I'm running it, right? And so it's a paper trading competition where everybody starts with this paper account, $100,000. It's not real money. It's fake money. So you can practice and learn and refine and get better. And the best part about it is all the prize money that people put into the competition is going to be paid out to the winners. So I'm finalizing all of those details and like the buy pages and marketing pages right now, and that's going to go out today. If you're not already in the inner circle, join the inner circle. It's totally free, and just go to my website, cressivo.com, and there's a spot that says inner circle. You put your email in there, and that way you'll be notified via email once the registration opens. So it's probably going to open today. So today is my anticipated thing. I have a few more pieces of work to do, and I'm so excited about it because it gives people the opportunity to learn, and you can win some money. Like, what's better than that? Like, learn, and you'll have access to all of the pieces inside of the Cressivo Pro toolkit. So for example, we have this discover section right here where follow the whales shows you like all the insider buys and sells of publicly traded stocks. So if you're trading, let's say Apple or Google, whatever the ticker is, these the insiders that trade there, like big shareholders or CEOs, publicly of any publicly traded company, they have to disclose their trades through the SEC, to the SEC. And you can always find that data on the SEC website, but I help make that data make sense. So I package it in an easy to understand format, so you can see, oh, I'm trading Tesla and Elon just bought, $8 million worth of stock. It helps you be more educated in the stuff that you're trading. So that's part of the app. You're going to have full access to this, by the way. You're going to have trade scanners. And there's lots of trade scanners in the market. And Stock Scanner and ETF are pretty cool. But my favorite that is not anywhere in the marketplace is the Earnings Edge dashboard. And that's going to scan all of the upcoming companies that have earnings coming up and help you find the best trade, because when the volatility is higher before earnings, you're paid more for the risk. So they're awesome setups. It gives people an idea of, okay, I'm new at trading. I don't really know where to start. Give me some good ideas. So that's going to be included. The Trade Builder, where you calculate your rate of return, you pull up kind of like, okay, well, I want to trade, NVIDIA as an example. Okay, let me fetch the data first and let me choose the expiration date, let's say next Monday as an example. Let me choose the strike price and then help me understand if it's a good trade. Like, you just click button, and it pops up and displays like automatically for you. Like, talk about making your life more efficient, man. I wish I had something like this 10 years ago. Because it would have made my life much, much easier than keeping spreadsheets or fumbling across things or trying things that, okay, sometimes they work, maybe sometimes they don't work. This kind of wraps it all up in a nice, tidy package for you. And then you're also going to be able to see all of your positions. Now, this is something that no broker-dealer has in their paper trading account, right? So in a paper trading module that broker-dealers have, like Interactive Brokers or E-Trade or whoever, Robinhood, whatever, they have these abilities to, okay, you can practice, but it doesn't give you like the vision on what are you doing good and what are you not doing good. So what I did was I extended all of the pieces that for people that have live accounts, like if you have, let's say, an account with Schwab and you have your account synced and we have like this positions dashboard, we have a trade journal dashboard that shows all this stuff. You can filter different things by ticker. You can export data to CSV file and manipulate it further if you want. It is so amazing. You could put notes in here as well if you want as you're putting a trade in to help remind yourself when you're reflecting afterward. There's also a realized gain loss dashboard, which is my absolute favorite. So it keeps everything organized. The most important thing is how much money are you making? How much realized gain are you making? And so you can check, okay, how much have I made 7 days, 30 days? Let me sort by how much did I make in, one ticker or another. Man, this is like so amazing. And I'm using all of this technology and I'm putting it inside of the paper trader section for everybody to use. And so it's going to be off the hook. It's absolutely amazing. The competition is going to start on September 1 and it's going to run for 3 months, right? September, October, November. So it's going to end November 30th. If you already have a subscription to the Cressivo Pro, all you do is you put up the $100 entry fee. And again, 100% of that entry fee goes towards the winners. Actually, I kick in some money as well, because when you guys pay online, and you might already know this, when you guys pay online, you pay via a Stripe link. I use Stripe as my payment processor, and I have to pay like a 3% credit card fee. So I'm actually delivering and providing all of the money that's taken in for the prize money to the winners, and the whole gross amount, and I'm putting in the credit card fee. If you don't already have a subscription to Cressivo, then it's $200. So $100 goes toward the prize fund, and $100 goes towards your software for the 3 months. Now that's a discounted rate. That's about 30% off of what it currently costs, because right now it's $99 a month. And so now you can just pay $100, you get 3 months, actually more than that. For example, if you signed up today, you get all the rest of August, because today's August 6th, and then you get all of September, all of October, all of November for that $100, and you get access to everything. And you would think that that's like good enough, right? But I'm a big believer of like over delivering. I always have like the Tony Robbins. He was my mentor for many, many years. And he still is my mentor, although I don't participate in a lot of his, programs anymore. But I learned from him, like, deliver massive value. So I'm all about creating value. So not just all the tools to the Cressivo Pro and the competition, the Cressivo Cup, the paper trading competition, but also I'm going to host a weekly live Zoom for all the participants. So that's an opportunity for everybody, and I'm going to be there personally. That's an opportunity for everybody to kind of like go through, what trades are going well, what trades are maybe not going well, help you understand different things that you might not have known before. So it's also like a group coaching program that's absolutely free included in this program. It is like, there is no better way than this program if you want to learn how to trade options. And again, you can already be trading, you could be not trading. It's really open. First of all, it's open to everybody. You can be like, you could be like me and trading for a living for a long time, and you can still participate. And it's going to be so amazing. And it's not just one winner; it's a whole bunch of winners to give everybody kind of like that ample opportunity. So 3 months, and the winner, by the way, is designated from realized gains, because that's what we're always focusing on, not account value. Like I'm not looking for people that, okay, I'm trying to hit a home run and 10x my money on a trade. No, what this is doing is teaching the skill that we're talking about all the time on this channel, which is creating ongoing weekly cash flow. So that's how the winners are selected at the end of the program. Don't worry, publicly available for you to take a look at, and you can join. So the registration will be open later today. It's absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comments if you guys have questions or how cool that is. Send up some hearts and tell me how amazing that is. Like, man, I wish there was something like this when I was like getting started or at the early days of my career, because had that been available, I certainly would not have lost all the money that I had early on in my trading days, right? So, all right, we're gonna get to the questions. Awesome functionality, Lakers only. Lakers, that's LA Lakers, right? Yeah, so the functionality is off the hook. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create something that I use for myself, right? And that's basically been the premise behind this whole thing. So all of this software is like, and this is like my the way I explain it, right? So for traders, designed by traders. This is not some thing that somebody else that has no knowledge in trading designed or built or created. But me, I put all of my ideas in, like, oh, I wish I had this, and I wish I could see this, and that sort of thing into this application. So it's absolutely amazing. Hopefully you guys join us, especially if you're new, especially if you're small traders. A lot of people on this channel will always be sending me comments. First of all, they send comments not understanding how trading works, and but they're already trading live, which is, you want to understand the basics. You don't want to lose money, right? So what better way to understand how to trade than to practice and not be able to lose any money whatsoever? Like, there is nothing better than that. I can't think of anything literally better than that. Okay, so let's just kind of go through an example of using the earnings edge, because that's really like my favorite thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen the market for all stocks that have earnings upcoming in the next 2 weeks, right? This is my favorite part of this software because really it gives you like the edge. Not everybody makes money, and most people lose money trading, right? So most people lose money for a variety of reasons, and let me go over a couple of them now as this scan is coming up. Number one, they don't think through their initial trade. So they only look at, let's say, I'm going to make X dollars in a premium, and I think that's a lot of money, or that's X% rate of return, and I'm just going to go for it. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you spend some time identifying the ticker that works for you. Like you need to start like with the proper ticker. It's like building a house. Like you have to have the proper foundation. You have to have the proper concrete at the bottom of the house. Otherwise, what happens over time, the house maybe will stand up for a while, but a big storm, and then it's going to knock down because it doesn't have the proper support. Trading is the exact same thing. You need the proper foundation. So the first thing is always to start with the right ticker. Do I believe in this ticker? Who runs this company? How do I feel about them? Who are the big investors in this company? Where has this company been trading? What kind of rates of return can I get? Is the dollar value consistent with what fits in my account, right? Do I have a $10,000 account, but I'm trying to trade a $100 or $200 ticker? Do I have enough money, right? So that's number one. Number two, position size. Like so many people, they, instead of selling one put, they trade 5 puts. I'm a big believer conservative is better. It's always better to err on the side of conservative because it's so easy to make money and it's harder not to lose it, right? So I always tell new people, especially, just start with one contract. So you sell a put on a good quality company, you choose the strike price at which you are okay buying those shares. If the price goes down, you buy the shares, then you sell a covered call on Monday, right after you get assigned. And then guess what? If the stock goes down more, that's a gift. That's not a failure, that's a gift, because if you like the stock at, let's say, $20 a share, man, you should like it more at $18 or $17. You got to keep cash on the side to capitalize on those opportunities. That's super important. So that's another reason why people lose. They also lose money because they freak out. Their stock goes down and they freak out and they sell their shares and they turn a paper loss into a real loss. That's a bad move. Or their stock goes down and instead of buying the shares after they sell a put, they buy their put back, lose money, and then sell another put for next week or 2 weeks away. That's a bad move too. No, you have to embrace assignment. That is not a failure. That's part of the program. That's like part of the process. It's part of the roadmap, right? So when we look at like ideas, like what should I trade? What could I trade? I don't know. I'm just gonna pick Cisco as an example because that's a big popular stock. I'm gonna click into it, and it's gonna tell me a few things, right? So earnings is coming up on the 12th, so it's about a week away, and the market is anticipating the stock to move about 8.5%, but historically it moves a bit less, typically 5.5%. This app puts all that data in your hands. You will not find another app anywhere in the marketplace like this one. I promise you, it just doesn't exist. So it shows you what does the market anticipate, what has it done historically, and then based on that, what's a good trade? Like that's the most important thing. Okay, that's great, and I see your numbers, but like tell me what I should think about. Now it doesn't tell you what to trade because you got to take responsibility. It gives you an idea. Hey, look at this trade, and then see if that fits your account, right? So okay, sell the August 14th 110 put, and what it's doing, it's choosing a strike price under where the market expects it because we don't know what's going to happen. We expect some volatility up or down. And what it's doing is saying, okay, if it goes down, that's okay, but it probably won't go lower than this floor here, $110. And oh, by the way, how much money do you need? 11 grand in capital to make the trade. Here's how much it pays, $118. And here's your annualized rate of return. And then the cool thing about this app is that you can just send this. So if you're going to opt to be in the paper trader competition, which I highly encourage you to do, I think it's absolutely, I don't even know the word for it. If you're trading and you're trying to make money and you're on this channel trying to learn, there's no reason why you would not want to participate in a competition like this, because it will teach you. It will teach you for $100. Are you crazy not to do it? And you get the software and all the prize money goes to all the winners. So not only do you learn, but you can win some money too to amp up your trading account. There is absolutely no downfall. No downfall, zero. Whatsoever. And then you can just send it to the account, because I believe in doing things efficiently. I do everything efficiently. For example, I'm going to give you an example. I haven't talked to a friend of mine in a while, and we kind of chatted on text, and I said, I'm going to call you to catch up, right? And I called him on the way back walking from the gym. And because I find that to be efficient, okay, I'm going to be walking anyway, and I got my earphones in and call somebody and catch up for a few minutes, instead of, let's say, taking time out from working and I'm trying to push these changes and this technology and that kind of thing. I like to be efficient. Let's see, what's another example? There's tons of examples. And that's what this is. This is efficiency. So instead of having your app open here and a broker-dealer page open here, or this page open here, no, it's all in one spot, and you just click, 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 click. And things that are easy are replicatable. Things that are replicatable help you be successful. So, there's not much more to say. If you don't join the paper trading competition, that's on you. That's a loss that you're going to have to deal with moving forward. What day, Ryrom says, what day of the week do you usually enter a cash secured put? And do you have a long-term stock or ETF account? So that's a common question. I need to make some frequently asked questions somewhere on the app or something, because a lot of people ask that. I put trades in when it fits my lifestyle. So I don't I always forget which direction it is. Live to trade, trade to live. I trade to live, right? I think that's the right direction. What I mean by that is, I'm not setting my alarm clock or attached. My phone is dead usually, most of the time, but I'm not following my phone. I'm doing what I want throughout the day, and if I got to do something, I do it, and then I trade in between, because I don't believe in any perfection, right? So I don't believe perfection is a thing. I think that you cannot, anticipate a top or a bottom, and I just try to make money over and over and over again. It's that simple. And so that said, I just trade when it fits my lifestyle. Now my favorite days are Mondays and Fridays, because Fridays things are coming off. You have some stuff that are expiring on Fridays, and then Mondays, perhaps you got assigned on some contracts, on some shares on Friday, or maybe you had some things expire worthless on Friday, so you might want to put a new position on. So my favorite days of the week are Monday and Friday rather. But as far as the day of the week, the time of the day, it really doesn't matter. I'm in California and I get up early, but sometimes if I was to sleep in, then I sleep in and I put the trade on when I wake up or when it suits my lifestyle. Do you have a long-term stock or ETF account? I don't believe in long-term stuff like that. I only believe in options. I believe that the premise behind trading for the long term, holding stock or holding ETFs for the long term, I believe that scenario is a broken scenario. That strategy is broken. I think it's ridiculous to hold stock for the long term, because it's a paper gain, and all that stuff goes up and goes down and goes up and goes down. And what do I get out of it? I get nothing. Maybe I get some dividends if it's a dividend paying stock. It's a couple pennies. It means nothing. I only trade stock and options for income. That's it. And the reason I do that is to sustain my lifestyle. Because if I don't do that, then what? What's the alternative? Then I work or I get a regular job, or I have some sort of business doing something else. Like for a while, I had some real estate, rental properties, and that was good. Working for yourself. And it was kind of cool because it was in a great place, and I would go back and forth, on vacation and with friends and things like that. But it was a lot of work, right? So like deal with customers and deal with contractors and deal with like cleaning people and, things like that. So you make money, but it's work. I believe that trading is the absolute best thing. Trading, when I say trading, I mean trading options, selling options for income. I think that is the absolute best thing. There's no better gig in the world, in my view. None. No better gig in the world to make cash flow and make yourself a living ongoing. So that said, why would I want to have a long-term stock account? Who cares about long-term stock? I don't care whatsoever. I use stock, So somebody asked in my WhatsApp group, I have a private WhatsApp group for app subscribers, by the way. And somebody asked this morning in that WhatsApp group, like who's a stock trader, who's an options trader? I'm a stock user and for cash flow. That's what I am. So I use stocks to create cash flow via selling options. And I don't care whatsoever about a capital gain. Now, some people ask about taxes. I mean, there are taxes. Yeah, you're going to pay short-term capital gains. And there are ways to minimize your taxes, of course. But I never believed in like, okay, let me not make more money because I got to pay some taxes. No, I'd rather make a big shit ton of money and pay some tax than make no money or have to wait 10 years until my stock goes up to make money. That's a broken system. The DoorDash trade from your Earnings Edge did very well. Yeah, Earnings Edge is off the hook, man. Earnings Edge is my absolute favorite thing. And it's amazing. There's no like program like that in the marketplace anywhere. And now you can actually just push it right to your paper account. And then I do have the ability for users to sync their broker-dealer, but I don't have trading capability yet. I'm going to be adding that soon, because this way, like let's say if you trade with Interactive Brokers as an example, I want you to be able to find the trade in the app and then send it right to the broker-dealer, so you're not like using different platforms, right? Like it's all about making your time efficient. Like, listen, you only got so much time in a day. Time is like that one thing that nobody can get back. You can't buy time. You can't like borrow time, get back time. So you got to be efficient, or as efficient as you can with your time. Like I'm a big believer in that, because otherwise I'm not going to get all my important stuff done, and I'm not going to be able to do the things that I want to do, right? Let's see. What is the success rate following your app for? I don't know what that question means. What is the success rate following your app for? Let me know what that question means. I don't know. I'm not sure. What the app is, though, it's like a comprehensive place to basically hold your whole option trading journey. So discovery. So the option trading journey, we if we think about that, it starts with discovery. Okay, what trade should I make? Like, how do I choose the stock? How do I choose the strike price? How do I choose the expiration date? So that's inputting the trade, right? And then it has like execution, like how do I enter the trade, right? So that's what I'm talking about, like sending it to either the paper trader account or connecting it to your broker dealer. That's executing the trade. I'm looking at this trade and now I'm going to put that trade on. And then there's management. Now that's the most important thing. So management is where all the magic is. That's what makes you or breaks you 100%. Like you can either do well or lose all your money. And that's the part that most people are missing. They have no management. Like, how do you know if you should buy your put back? For example, hey, I sold this put on, DoorDash, and the price went up after I sold the put, and now the put, isn't worth as much. Should I wait until, it expires, or should I buy it back? That's called trade management, right? Or should I, like let's say I sold this put and then I got assigned and I bought these shares. How does that work selling a covered call? If the stock goes down more, should I sell another put? How does that all work? That's trade management, right? So for trade management, we have these three main parts. We have your positions, that's your current positions, your transactions, all the trades that you've done, right? And the ability to filter and look and dissect that data so you understand what's going well and what isn't going well. And then you have your realized gain loss. That's the most important thing. So like realized gain loss, how much money did I make in the last, let's say 30 days as an example? And how did I make that money? Because if you can't see this stuff, you can't understand what is going good and what is not going good. So it lets you like dissect a lot of these things and displays the data for you that you cannot see anywhere else. And so that's kind of how that works. And then, of course, you have like calculators to help you understand, okay, before I put this trade on, like selling this put, what's going to be my rate of return? You have to calculate that before you put a trade. I never, I would say probably like the last 20 years, and this is no exaggeration, the past 20 years, I have not ever sold a put without first calculating my annualized rate of return. I just would not do that, because how do you know it's a good trade if you don't calculate it? And this makes it easy where you could do it on the fly in seconds, fractions of a second. Ryrom says, sorry, typo. If picking a trade following your app, can you say what the success rate is? Well, the success rate is so that's a really good question. So yes, you can. So the way that you would determine that is, first of all, it depends on if you're trading or if you're not trading. If you're already trading and you connect your broker dealer, then all that data is going to feed right through. So you're going to be able to see, like, I was just looking at some user accounts, like how much did they make in the last 30 days? 15,000, 17,000, 35,000. I mean, it depends on how much capital people start with, but that's how you determine what the success is. You can look at 30 days, you can look at longer periods of time. You can compare your performance now versus before you had that. There's no what's the word I'm looking for? There's no scenario in which this app is not worth $500 a month. There's no scenario at all. Like, it's worth that and more. But it doesn't even cost $500 a month. It's $100 a month. And for contest people, it's like $30 a month. Like, literally, I don't know. I spend, if I go to Burger Lounge, I think I spend $30 on a burger, a fries, and a shake. If I go to, I don't know, like, you can kind of compare that. If I go to the grocery store, I spend like 4 times $30. So there's no scenario in which doesn't pay for itself. And if people think that that's not a valuable thing, then hey, I don't know. Maybe this is not the right channel for you. So you got to make that own determination. Let's see. I got no other questions at the moment. And we've been going for 30 minutes. So I try to stick to 30 minutes. I'm excited about this. I hope you guys are excited as me. At some point, I'm going to change the way these live streams are. This is a big commitment for me. It's a lot of time, and I'm not going to be doing this for much longer. But I will, once the competition starts, I will be doing live streams on, who's in the lead. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be a leaderboard. I love competition, especially friendly competition. Everybody's learning, and winners, get all the money. So what is better than that? Nothing. So I'm going to replace this for that. So hopefully you guys join, and if not, man, you're lost. It's all good. Because I think it's going to be amazing. I want to say thank you for attending. Hopefully you guys are learning more on how to, use options to create an amazing lifestyle. I couldn't have the lifestyle that I have without trading options. I just couldn't, live in lots of different places all at the same time and do whatever I want to do, whenever I want to do it, not be on any schedule, and kind of like just cruise through life. It's a beautiful thing. And I owe that to options trading. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for checking in. See you guys tomorrow, same time, 12 o'clock Pacific. And have an amazing rest of your day.